just incredible. Two. DJ Sourmill.
One. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Power 106. You see what we doing. It's a very special night on the Liftoff Show. Jamie Foxx, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, man.
It's great to have you up here tonight.
It's crazy, man. It's like, it's L.A. It's really Los Angeles.
It's LA
really,
vibes.
It's an L.A. vibe, right?
That's what it's all about.
L.A. is really like
No, it's popping.
rearing our head right now, like in a great way. LeBron,
That's what I wanted,
AD.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's a great time.
Kawhi.
Paul George. L.A. is
City
a
on
spot
fire.
right now.
Dodgers and
My
40.
boys,
Dodgers first place.
my boys hit me.
The
like-
Rams made it to the
You know what I'm
Super
saying?
Bowl.
Bowl, right.
Todd, I was with Todd Gurley the other day as I name dropped. It's just crazy. Let
me pick that up for you. Let me pick that up.
You know, I started up there. You know what I'm saying? Todd Gurley was just at the house till like 7 in the
Who else
morning.
was there, Jay?
I mean, just a lot of people.
Couple friends.
I had a situation, but it's also been fun and dangerous too.
Come on, talk to me. What kind of...
It was some girl, some girl, man. She almost wrecked it for everybody on them. God bless her though, but she was so mad
Yeah.
because people think my house is a club sometimes.
I seriously
I be like,
thought
yo,
it was...
It's 6:30 in the morning. You gotta go home, and there was one girl didn't want to go home. I ain't going nowhere. She started rattling the window. Like, everybody wake up!
Yo,
And then she went. You see how uncomfortable that was? She held it longer than that. So I'm in bed. I get up because I'm trying to catch her, because I got to get a meeting. I got the kids. So I look down. I see her going crazy. So my guy who's security, I yelled out with a different voice so she wouldn't recognize it was me. I was like, Flex, it's time for everyone to leave. So he puts her out. She's like, I ain't leaving. And calls the cops.
What?
She called the cops.
She getting kicked out of that, like she being asked to leave.
She thinks she's at the Warwick or something. I don't know where she.
Yeah.
She's yelling and she's like, "Everybody wake up! Jamie Foxx's cousin is kicking me out." Then she calls the cops, bro, and I sneak down to here, and the cops go, 911. What seems to be the problem? Jamie Foxx is a problem.
Oh, no.
Jamie Foxx. And so it's been fun and dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the
it's
summer is
and
just
the cops
starting.
did come. Trust me.
They did now.
But I know all those guys. Luckily.
Personal friends.
Yeah.
I also want to shout out my man Dave O in the building, a good friend of mine for many
Just
years.
incredible!
Yes.
Incredible.
Dave is like the guy, everyone says, I know a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah.
Dave's the guy.
I got a guy.
Dave, it's great to have you up here, man. Thank you for the call and bringing Jamie and the team. We're going to introduce some amazing new artists tonight. Talk to me about what you and Jamie have going on.
Well, Jamie and I just love life.
Yeah.
And our whole crew, Dave Brown, everybody, we just like to have a good time and we like to have fun and we like to keep it young.
Yes.
Because as we get older, we like to have the youth around us. I'm only speaking for myself.
I'm saying the same thing. I was about to say, I don't hang out with old people. I don't hang out with nobody my age.
We like to keep it young.
Die all this.
And we love art and we love artists. And whenever we come across somebody that we think has a special talent, we like to help them in any way that we can.
That's right. That's right. So we've got two amazing young artists here tonight. Jay Young, originally from...
Well, I was born out here
Okay.
and raised in Atlanta.
That's right. That's
Atlanta,
right.
Georgia.
Welcome to the Liftoff Show, man.
Man, this is a blessing. I always see this show online and all that stuff. YouTube, we watch it and everything. And we see the incredible interviews, the incredible freestyles, everything that go down. So for me to be sitting here right now next to the GOAT,
A man, right?
which is crazy, next to the
So much
GOAT.
knowledge. Yeah.
Right, and yeah. So this is very special. This is very special.
Great to have you up here. And I also want to
absolutely.
introduce Sayla. Welcome to the show, originally from Utah.
Yeah, Utah, born and raised.
Okay. How long you been doing music for?
Forever.
Yeah.
Ever since I could talk.
Okay. And how do you meet Jamie and the guys?
I actually just barely met everybody.
Okay.
So, new to LA,
Here we are.
just moved out here.
Okay.
I have one single out on iTunes, but we're working on my debut album.
Congrats.
Yeah, I'm
Congrats.
excited.
And it's interesting how it all happens. It's like
That's what I wanted to get to.
I'll take you back.
Okay.
Nick Cannon.
Yeah,
When he was
our new
12
morning guy.
When he was
Yes.
12, 13 years old,
Okay.
would hang out at my house.
Wow.
When the party would be going crazy, and because we have him on the other side of the house, because he's too young, and he go, you can't come. So when I see Nick and all that he's done, he's really mirroring the things that he grew up with.
Yeah.
Because that party he saw at my house, the ability to just, his energy is just amazing.
Right.
So I watched him, Anthony Hamilton at my house. I remember Anthony Hamilton was like I met him. I said, just come to the house, man. I got a studio there. And I would just listen to him sing in my living room. And he said, I got a gig at Hollywood Athletics Club. I said, I'm coming. So I drove him down there. It was like literally me and him in there. It was like 4 people. And I was like, go Anthony! Do your thing, Anthony!
Right.
Ed Sheeran slept on my couch.
I've
6
heard
weeks.
some stories about Ed actually like being discovered from some of the sessions early on at the crib.
He was in my crib, and my daughter went in and was like, who's this, Dad? Who's here now?
Right.
I said, I think the kid got it. And I didn't know if he had it, but I took him to one of my live nights that I was doing in L.A. downtown. And my live night was all black.
Okay.
Like, it was 800 black people. I mean, black. You know what I'm saying? Not even light skin. It was like dark skin, black, singing, rapping, girls that were singing behind. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm telling you how the room was.
Yeah.
And girls that were singing behind Sting, Mariah Carey, rappers rapping and sweating, and just it was black. Yeah. And then I said, ladies and gentlemen, Ed Sheeran. And boop, he pops out of the curtain, this red-headed kid with a ukulele.
Okay.
In front of like these black, and then my boy who plays the guitar, shout out to Charlotte Burrell, incredible guitarist, plays for everybody, and he looks at me and says, Jay, come on, man, what is this? You know how we keep the room.
Right.
And it was just like a movie. I said, well, let's just see what the kids got. And within 15 minutes, standing ovation.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then the rest is history. So this young man right here, I was doing another bad movie.
Wait, there's not more than one bad
Oh
movie.
my God!
Man, you
Just-
don't know.
It's several. It's several.
No.
It's several. The comments will tell you. Go to the comment section.
We don't read those things, do we? We don't read those comments.
Somebody might
Sometimes.
screenshot it and send it to you. That being said, doing this movie, and he was part of the background, you know, and he looked to me similar to Tupac at the time. And so as we were having off time, I said, yo, he looks like Tupac. And he gets close to me. And, you know, the dude, you know, he ain't no pushover. He said, yo, Money, I know you say I look like Tupac, but I can actually rap.
Okay.
So it was like this situation where it was a club. It was actually a club. So I grabbed a mic. I said, oh, you rap? Let's see it then, Tupac.
Hey, I've been in a club with Jamie too before. You
right?
take over that mic
Right.
and take over that party.
Yeah.
Right.
Always
Right?
does.
We take over.
Yeah.
He
Right.
always does.
I hand him the mic. Bro, the place goes up in flames.
Wow, it's awesome.
Absolutely amazing. I was like, oh, snap. So I said, listen, I really dig your energy. I think you got something. So here's the behind the scenes story. I called him. I said, yo, they are casting for the Tupac
movie.
role.
Oh, okay.
Bro, I flew him out.
LA,
Got him in my
that's
house to LA.
Really?
From Atlanta to LA. And we shot him as Tupac. When I show it to you, you're gonna
It's
be
gonna blow
like,
you away.
oh
Watch.
my! And I begged. I said, please. And we took him to the audition the whole nine. They had already had the ball rolling, so LT couldn't put. But LT was like, because he plays the young. People don't understand. Pac, nothing against the movie, but Pac was young. We hung out with Pac.
Yes.
You know, so he was young. He did everything in between 16 and 23, 24, 25.
Wow.
So we was all hanging with each other. I know Pac.
Yeah.
So I'll show you that later on. But anyway, that being said, he got on his grind. He did his album. And then everything came to a head when we were at my house. Chris Brown shows up. He's playing his records. And you know, Chris, you know, he's the most talented guy in the world. So when he walks in
Fact.
the room,
right.
he takes everything, right? Yeah. So at one point we do the new music hour, which I normally do in my house.
How does this start, Jamie? Like you just like gather artists and let them play their new songs?
Well, what it was that me and Dave Brown, we would always throw parties for people who couldn't get back home for holidays or things like that. Because, you know, people come in here with they just hoping in their dreams.
Yeah.
Right.
So we would give them an opportunity to come sit and we would listen and say, hey, man, you might have this, you might have that. So we started doing it when we did the Puff Party, which is almost 20 years ago. Cut to Drake. We did a party for Drake when the album blew up.
I heard stories about
And he
this.
shows up, and we throw this party for him. 2,500 people showed up in my house. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 50, 60 girls show up in a bus. Said, they were international. We're here for Drake. I said, well, you're not going to get here at 11:30. We'll stay. So they stayed. And I had Drake on my balcony, and I had him, you know, I had him talk. We did an interview with him and said, we love your art. We give the artists their due.
I like that you do that. You take that
Always.
time too.
We give, because everybody's going to hate on you. I'm the one, and my crew is going to give you the love that you're going to need, because there's going to be a lot of haters. So the place was magical, man. And everybody came out to see Drake. I said, Drake, here's what we do at my house. Every time someone comes, they have to perform. I said, can you do something for us? And he goes, what should I do? And I whisper, I said, sing. And he leaned over the balcony, 2,500 people. He goes, I'm more than just an option. Ay, refuse to be forgotten. I'm better for DJ. Place goes up in flames, right?
Wow.
Crazy.
So I do another wrinkle to the festivity is I call it the contrast.
Okay.
So I always put something into it that nobody expects. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, most people are gone. There was about 300 people left. I had a concert pianist come, set up his piano and play all of Drake's music unplugged, right? And then we said, Drake, we're gonna do new music hour. So where we open it up to everybody, whether you sing, dance, spoken word, and he sat and he participated. And out of those things, we always find a gem. We did it for Chris Brown, and one night everybody was singing for Chris Brown. It was cool. And the one dude said, I don't sing, Jay, but I write. Maybe Chris would like this song. He played the song for Chris. Chris heard it, loved it, went straight to the studio and cut it. Cut to him in front of Chris the other day. We're having F. Gary Gray, the famed director, his birthday party. Yes. We celebrated him.
Yes.
And F. Gary Gray, Friday, Italian Job, NWA, Fast and the Furious. So we're celebrating at the house, man. We feel like I said, the art is being shown. So Chris is playing his album. It's amazing. Chris is a, when he walks in, man, forget about
Energy,
it.
just
Who's gonna come after that?
Bro, it's got to be tough to come after that.
Plays his record. And I could see that he was like, oh man, this is my time. He plays the record, and I look at Chris, and Chris was like,
vibing.
And you know, Chris will let you know what it really is. He's like us. We snobs. We don't want to give it up for everybody. And he leans over to me and says, yo, I ain't gonna bullshit you. That's hot. That's hot. And the next thing you know, he and Chris partying together, Chris listening to his songs, dancing to his songs. And I looked at Jay, and everybody knows the new music. Man. Everybody knows this was what's happening. Right. So as the people are watching this moment of Chris Brown saying, okay, young fella.
You got it.
And to watch that, and then at one point I got it on, we're gonna release it on his social and my social. I have the tape where I said, Jay, how do you feel? And I'm not gonna say he cried because he's a gangster, but it was one of those really good moments that you don't get a chance to see Chris look at him and say, "Cool," and then Chris went back to his music. So he's got the goods. The songs that they were vibing to was amazing, and like I said, you know, Dave-O knows you reached out to you, man, and was so thankful for you letting us come here and do that. And then I think we should come together and make it something because they're out there.
Man, I know they are. They're out everywhere in our city, in our community, around the country. Man, there's so many young, talented artists. I love what you're doing at the crib. You've been doing it for many years, and I definitely think there's some synergy here that we could open up some doors on. So Jay, you hear Jamie right to your left talking like that.
Right.
I mean, how does that feel and experience in the moment that he was just talking about?
I mean, it's been surreal since the beginning. First of all, I say he's the GOAT, and that's not, I don't take that lightly. This man is really the GOAT.
Yeah.
It's nothing that he can't do. So for me, growing up looking at In Living Color with my mom, single mom, you know what I mean, on the couch watching The Living Color with her, to looking at the Jamie Foxx show and just loving the music that he put out and all that stuff. So to be able to work with him, to even be in his presence, you know, and for him to say anything good about my music, first of all, that's crazy. Now fast forward to the Chris Brown situation.
Yes.
Nigga, it's Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? So like that's Chris Brown. So at the end of the day, it's a few people that's like a Chris Brown or a Drake or certain people that you would love to have them listen to your music and let alone be like, yo, this shit's dope. You know what I mean? So that was a surreal moment. It was something I envisioned before. I said, man, I got to get a record with Chris, or I got to do something with Chris, because he's just one of those people. Bro. You know what I mean? That he don't miss.
But hearing and watching his energy, just watching him.
He was turned up. I'm talking about he dancing in there. You know, Chris would mesmerize you when he start dancing.
Right.
Bro, he was turned up to the record.
Arguably the biggest star in the world at any
absolutely.
given day, right?
Talent and the way he moves, we talk about like just the way that he moves.
Yeah, right.
Is just on another level.
Another level, bro.
It's exciting, man.
So yeah, that's so exciting. So like he said, he had the whole thing, the whole moment. It was captured. It was on tape. It was other people there vibing, and it was just a great night.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's great to have you on the Liftoff. I want to talk more about the project that's currently out.
Oh yeah.
And of course the work that you're working on.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie, you doing this Old Man Challenge app thing?
I did it.
That's
I look
what the
like
face
Red.
at?
I look like Red Fox. I look like Red Fox, Jim Brown, and Morgan Freeman. Now, Miss Daisy,
Jamie
took a
Freeman.
can of your spam. We just want the money. Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't know what was going on at first. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd be like sort of out the loop.
Everybody, all my timeline was
Overnight.
everyone.
You know that's been
everyone.
Around. It's been around for a while.
I didn't. That I didn't
It's been
know.
around for a while, and it
hit.
went away.
It just hit.
and then it just hit.
I have fun with it, and sometimes I tell them all the time I be skeptical sometimes of the Instagram and how much I do, but it seemed like it was hella fun, you know. And then I did the young version of myself, and I look like Melvin B. Jordan, not Michael B. Jordan, but Melvin B. Jordan.
Jamie, what's the secret, man? How do you stay so fun? The energy is always so good.
I'm gonna tell you something. You have to bump your head a couple of times in this business and realize that, you gotta never let it go to your head, and always be about the young art. Always be about discovering, and always be about letting someone tell you. Now, at the point I'm in my career right now, I'm not necessarily. I'm great at execution.
Okay.
Like if you said, Fox, this is the thing to do, I can execute. Sometimes my hunches aren't great. Like because as you get older, you don't know.
Right.
But if someone can put me in the right position, and I think I can handle that, and just never lose the fun of it. Like I tell them, man, this is fun. We live an incredible life, man. We get a chance to come, talk to people, talk about music, talk about things that are going to change the direction of art and what we talk about forever.
Right.
And so being a part of that, you gotta stay tuned. And then being a comic, I have a little bit more of a cynical thing. Like when I hear the GOAT, I be like, oh, it's cool, but I'm still that young kid with the Jerry curl from Texas who's still in awe of LA. Like when I see people like from LA, I see LA being, wow, man, palm trees. I still dig that. Like I wake up and look out, man, it's a palm tree. Because where I came from, it's country. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to be out here, and then you got to bump your head. I remember thinking I was like all that years back after In Living Color. I'm riding, I go to this comedy club and I start telling rich jokes. I get on, and that's the worst thing a comedian do is know that he's making some money. So I'm on stage. I got that Range Rover. Anybody else? And people like, huh? Yeah, square footage of the house is crazy. Anybody else's square footage is weird, huh? And then I get off the stage and they're like, but in my mind, I'm like screaming. And then I got off stage. I went outside, and I heard someone else go up, and the door opened to this club. I said, who was that? Killing like that? I just got who was
going
it?
after me doing that?
And I opened the door, and it was this skinny black kid with a tank top that didn't even fit. It was Chris Tucker.
Oh man.
He was just coming up, and he was like a samurai comedian. He took his comedic sword out and cut their heads off while they were laughing, put it in his bag like this, and walked past me and like, there's nothing you can do
right now.
I'm this young fly motherfucker, and there ain't nothing you could do about it. So I went up the next night. How y'all feel? I said, died for 6 months in front of him. And then it got bad. It got worse. I was outside the Comedy Store. Girl walks up. Oh my God, Jamie. She said, no, she watched this. Oh my God. What's up? I said, hey, what's up? She didn't say my name yet. I said, what's up? She said, oh my God. I said, what? Do you know where Chris Tucker is? No. I said, on everything.
Jamie, no.
This when he blew up. I said, on everything. So I said, oh yeah, I think he's on the stage. And she looked back at me and said, wow, you look so familiar. And I was like, oh.
Wow.
Oh God. So it wasn't the fact that she didn't know me, it was the fact that I wasn't funny. So I left, I went to Okinawa, perform for the troops. So I went to Japan so I could do some of my old material so to get back. And at that time I had gained a little weight. I got fame face.
Yeah.
You know what fame face is? You see when a person start out, they skinny because they ain't got the check yet. And then when they get on, the face do like a little bit, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Be a little neck, it look like somebody standing right behind them. Yeah. So I had a little fame face, and I'm killing it, in the military. And I relaxed for a second in my belly, because at that time, that's where people wore vests. And so I had to let 3 buttons out to let, because... Yeah.
Well, we
and
getting it out here.
While I relaxed, a black girl in the audience said, "Why your belly so big?" I said, "Oh Lord." I was like, "Oh Lord." And when a black woman yelled at, black women yelling something will let you know everything. They fighting. You know what I'm saying? They know. Oh my God, it's a fight. I always listen to the black woman.
If it happened right now,
they fighting. It's Disneyland. Stop, get my baby. I mean, you always hear that. But it's only one. It's the same black woman. People don't know that. She just goes around to
One
every
voice.
It's one voice. She just goes around to every situation and yells. So I finally lost the weight. I came back. And when I came back, I did a movie called Ray Charles.
Man,
Charles.
yes.
Phenomenal.
Give it up for that.
Oscar winner.
Oscar award-winning movie.
Ray Charles comes out and it's Oscar time. But I'm not buying into it. I'm like, I wanna stay funny. I'm in a comedy club and they brought me on stage and I told my jokes like I was broke. And then they brought Chris Tucker on stage. Blue suit, red tie. He almost looked like he was a politician. And he did a joke and it was sort of rich and I could see it. He says, I wonder if girls like me for me or because I'm famous or something. And people were kind of laughing, but not. And so I saw him, I said, I know where you've been. I watched you do me. Pause. I watched you.
Pause.
I watched you. I said, you can't be rich. We can't, like, people know my house. When you come to my house, I call it Black Mansion. And it's just certain rooms that ain't even finished.
Door handles are loose.
People be coming to my house. People in my house like, yo, Jamie Foxx, yo, is that curtain torn like that? Yo, is the paint coming off? And my daughter heats me up like, Dad, why don't you fix the house? I said, don't touch this house.
Can't go to.
Because if I get it all complete, I ain't funny no more. So like I got one faucet in the bathroom, you turn it on, that shit goes.
Yeah, just to remind you.
And I watch people come out and be like,
And you're like, got you, motherfucker. Stay humble.
I never want to be
humble, right?
right? Because I can't be funny if I buy into any of it. I'm back doing my stand up, and you can feel it.
Yeah.
Like I'm like really
Hilarious.
like sharp, and I got some jokes.
Hilarious.
That I work out
Hilarious.
with them.
Yeah.
Deadass.
Check this out. I'm doing a Netflix special, but Netflix had us all come over.
Talk to me.
And it was me, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock. It was insane. It was crazy. There's Jamie Foxx. Jimmy Kimmel, Ellen DeGeneres, everybody. But we all got invited to Eddie Murphy's house. Oh. So we go to Eddie's house. So imagine all of us at Eddie's house.
In one night, yeah.
In one night. So I walk in Eddie's place and he see me say, yo, what you doing?
Royalty.
I said, you see what I'm doing? I'm out here, baby. I'm about to go get it. And he said he thinking about going out. I said, well, Ed, you got to change your house because it's too perfect.
Okay.
The candles and the pumped-in, pumped-in fragrance.
He says this to you.
I'm telling it to him.
Oh, you tell him.
I'm saying,
You
yo,
telling
it's
him
too-
his
it's
is
too
perfect.
It's
Yeah.
too perfect.
Yeah.
You can't
He
tell
been
no
there
jokes
before.
right here. And I was like, your game room is wrong. What you mean? Because all your games work. At least Miss Pac-Man got to be broke to handle
Blowing
it.
the shit or
You know what I'm
something, right?
saying?
You gotta.
So that's why. I always stay ground level and I always try to give it back to these young
Pay it
folks
forward, huh?
because I see it and it feels good when you see Ed Sheeran or you see Nick Cannon or you see
Is Neo from the circuit? That I feel like Neo was from the circuit.
Neo was
right?
at my house one day. He was like, "Yo, I need some lyrics on the song." He wrote, "What about this?" I read, "Oh, boy." Boy, was incredible. I said, who are you? I'm Neo. Incredible. So everybody comes through, and at any given day, like just this past week, we had F. Gary Gray, we had Teddy Riley, we had Chris Brown, we had Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany, yeah.
She'll
She
come
raps,
back.
right?
Oh, she's
She
amazing.
raps.
Oh, yeah,
She
she
played
was
her
playing her
music
album
too.
too.
Crazy.
And Tiffany
same
was
night
big
that
on
me
the
and
bar
Chris was
mitzvah
playing our
circuit.
record, she
That's
was
what
definitely
she
I'm
did her
hearing
mitzvah
this.
for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, but you know what's great about her? You don't never think she cast a check. She come in.
Stay.
She walked in and YG was playing. She just started pop. And people's like, wow. And people are 2 feet. Think about it. You was in Utah a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then here you are next to Tiffany Haddish.
Like
and next
that,
to,
huh?
and people always ask me, how do you trust it? And I said, you don't know 100%, but you do get a feeling. And I got a chance to, like I said, meet these people, meet her mom, things like, and just go like, I said, you can't question that feeling.
Right.
You just got to go out there, and when it pans out, and when you see those moments where she's on the steps playing. Listen, bro, she walked in, she was beautiful. Everybody was like, "Oh, what's up with the new girl?" Did that? And then
I remember you told me the story.
yeah, they were like, "Oh my God, who's this?" And I was trying to get introduced to her. I said, "I just want to meet her," and people was like, "Who?" I said, "She right there." But they didn't want me to meet her for whatever reason. But I meet her. But when I meet her, next thing you know, I come out. She's sitting on my stairs with an acoustic guitar, singing a broken down version of Beyonce. I film it and go. And you know what was crazy? She wasn't trying to be Fantasia, Whitney Houston. She was quiet. And I said, you know how hard it is to play a guitar and be quiet? and not be like trying to, American Idol you. So I really think, like I said, they have the gas. But it's Jay Young, it's Sailor, it's Little Marcus Anthony at Marcus Anthony, it's Lonnie Burrell, all these young guys that I feel that, and girls that I feel is going to really make some noise.
And I think it's about, like, not to sound corny, but the world is so freaking negative.
Yes.
And we're all about having fun and about positivity. I mean, you see the way that he is with his kids. And
right.
We're going to Disneyland and having lightsaber battles and stuff like that. You know, it's all, the world's too sad.
Yeah.
And, like, to just bring some positivity.
Like this,
Dark Vader is what it's all about.
That's right. Sailor, hearing Jamie talk like that about you and your work and recognizing it like that, how's that feel?
It's insane. Like it's so hard because I've been here only for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And I went back. Actually, my mom drove my car out, like a 10-hour drive from Utah to LA, just bringing my car and all my clothes, and like she's amazing. But I just was caught up in everything, and it was crazy. I felt so like calm too, which is weird because a lot has been happening.
Yeah, it moves fast, right?
It moves really
It moves
fast.
fast.
And as soon as I saw her, we like saw each other like for the first time, and like I got a second to back away from it. We both just started like breaking down crying. It was just like, it's crazy. I don't know.
Time is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Now or never.
I've always wanted it.
And now here's the good and the bad of it. We like to take them to the front door. We like to bring them here and be respectful, and that. Now it's their work ethic. It's what she's going to do with this. Because for all the ones that you do see, we've had 150,000s that have come, and they get to the crib. Yo, Jay, man, can we order out? Hold on, what's going on? What happened to the hustle? What happened to the hustle?
Work in.
So they have a sincere hustle plan, and
I got to interject really quick too, because the thing about Jamie is the acting happened for him, obviously.
Yes.
But his true love was music, and music is what led to where he's at now.
Right.
That was his true love. That was his true passion.
Yeah.
Was music.
Kept the doors open though. Kept working. Kept grinding and seeing. You know what leads to something else. You can never rule nothing out.
Couldn't.
You approach everything like it's your first time.
you have to, and that's the beauty of it now. Like still feeling like it means something.
Yeah.
Still feeling like you got a lot to prove. Like someone said something negative about me that gave me inspiration, and I won't even share it because I don't even want them to know that I heard it. But I was like, word, and it made me go back. Like, okay, let me center myself, open my door to this, be blessed in the situation. And the next thing you know, we did a movie with Michael B. Jordan. Did this movie? It's called Just Mercy.
Oh my God!
Let me explain something about this movie. Woo. It's about Brian Stevenson, who's a lawyer who, at a young age as an intern, goes to Monroeville, Alabama. There's a guy on death row who's been accused of killing a woman, a white woman. They put him on death row without a trial. He's been there for 6 years. And the true story is that he takes the case and wonderful things happen. Michael B. Jordan plays Brian Stevenson. I played a guy that was put in jail.
Wow.
Michael B. Jordan is a stand-up guy. I've known him since he was like this. And he said, Fox, I want you to play this part. Could have chose anybody. And humbly, I said, brother,
Crazy.
humbly, because in the back of my mind, somebody said something negative. It was like, wow, that's evil. It's evil. We're out here playing make-believe. It shouldn't be that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't never be that tough. I said, but I'm gonna go down here with Michael B. Jordan, and we're gonna lock artistic hands, and we're gonna turn into something beautiful. Brie Larson.
Brie Larson. Yeah.
The movie finished, and I gotta say this about Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
He hired juggernauts of people that were actors, even if they had one line. The guy who was the prosecuting attorney, I didn't want to meet him. I wanted to meet him when I went into the judge's quarters,
right,
in front of the courtroom. I didn't want to meet him. I wanted to see him for the first time. And he goes, Mr. Myers, is it true that when you gave your testimony that you were given a lighter sentence? And I say, cut. How was that? Do you think that was nice? Should we try it again? He was British. Wow. And he knew I was shook. I said, ooh, this motherfucker good. Yeah, and he looked at me and he goes, it's interesting, isn't it? I was like, oh my God. And before he said each line, he would sing Prince lyrics.
Wow.
When Francis Skinny Man died of a big disease with a little name, sign of the time, say action.
Action.
Mr. Myers, I'm going to ask you one. I said, so juggernauts. So Michael B has this incredible speech that Brian Stevenson said, and he flubs it 3 or 4 times, and he apologizes. I'm sorry, I'm just sorry, bro, I'm sorry. You know, I'm just sorry. So I'm sitting there, and he did it one more time. I said, can I talk to you for a second? This is your movie. You put this together. He produced it as well. If you take 30 minutes to say one word, take it.
Take it.
Bro went to the corner, came back, lullabied that thing. Standing ovation from the extras. People crying in the 4th row because of what he said. I went to touch him to thank him. Touch me. And he walks out. It's like the old school Holy Ghost. Just the acting version of it. Actors know what I'm talking about. He was in a moment. I texted him, I said, I know you're in it. I just want to let you know, bravo. The people in the 4th row are weeping. And he got a standing ovation. So by keeping the eagerness of everything, these type of moments happen. Now, you don't know what the movie's going to do after. You know, you just put your thing into it.
Right.
The movie tested in 97.
Okay.
The highest tested movie in Warner Brothers history. In front of an all-black audience, though. Now, they tested in front of an all-white audience, and it tested at a 98. So,
Man.
Christmas time, it comes out December 25th. So, having that, bro,
I can't wait to see
I
this.
can't
it's
wait.
one of the
can't
ones.
wait.
You know, so
Yep.
but like always staying hungry and keeping people around you that ain't they untouched. They haven't been
Pure in a sense,
yeah,
right?
in a sense. They haven't been, you know, sometimes things can get dark for people out here. And to see you excited, coming here, everybody excited.
Yeah.
You can't sell that and buy it anywhere.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. That I want to talk TV with you for a second, man, because that moment that you just expressed, it reminds me growing up watching Will Smith. He had that
Most
moment
definitely.
in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where he hugged his father.
Yeah, for sure.
Uncle Phil, right?
Yes, for sure.
Not his father, Uncle Phil.
Phil.
Yeah.
And it just reminded me of that blackout moment that you talk about where he's just in a zone.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. If you look at Will and what he does, if you look at all of these guys, Denzel and or Leonardo, who I get a chance to sort of hang out, and talking about having performers come on, we had Denzel come over. So we got Denzel come over, and I said, Denzel, just talk to the young folk, man. Just give us something. Because, Denzel was guarded for a long time. Now you've noticed that he opens up. Yeah. And he opens up and talks about other things.
Yeah.
That was directly from coming to the crib. I said, man, we just want to hear from you.
Right.
We don't want no political, nothing, just it. And he sat at the table, and it was Tyrese and all these young actors and actresses, and he broke it down. And then I've always added, contrast. My guy who runs my grounds, his name is Manny from Guadalajara, and I overheard him singing out when he was doing something out at the house. Guadalajara, Guadalajara. I said, Manny, you sing? Yes, I have a mariachi band. I said, you got a mariachi band? He said, yeah, every weekend. I said, man, bring your mariachi band. Denzel's coming over. I never heard the mariachi band.
Right.
But Denzel coming over. Something gonna happen.
Let's hope, yeah.
So I'm sitting with Denzel. We at the dinner table. We open the doors, and there's Manny with 100 mariachi. I said, Denzel, we got a mariachi band. And Denzel, all right, okay. You got a mariachi band. So you're telling me you have a mariachi band? Okay, all right, okay. So you got a mariachi band. Well, I gotta hear this mariachi band. Where is this mariachi band? I said, right there. Manny at the top of the stairs. Guadalajara, Guadalajara. And the place went up in flames, bro. So to be able to, people don't understand what's happening. When you're able to touch someone like that, I tell all the young, I say, yo, get all of what he's saying. Because it's gonna make you grow and understand what it's about. And so, like I said, all of these, I take full advantage of being able to be in a city where everybody's hanging out, and then being able to say, hey, come to my house, here's my gate code. If you need to clear your head, and you look out there and there's Kelly Rowland or Natasha Bedingfield or Swizz Beatz or The Game or Snoop or Wiz Khalifa.
Just Incredible.
Just Incredible.
Just Incredible.
Come check it out.
But you have to. At one particular party where everybody was out, it was a BET party and they was playing the music. And on the stage we had Snoop and Daz came back. Corrupt walked out. And then all of a sudden, Timbaland walked in. Then we hit all of him.
Yep.
Hit all his, and Timbaland walked in.
Nelly,
Nelly, T.I., and then a unicorn walked in. Hadn't seen Kanye in a long time.
Oh man.
Kanye walked in, and we was like, we wrapped our arms around
This
dude.
recently?
This is about 3 years, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Okay.
2 years ago.
It was like, yay, man, it's good to see you out. Remember back in the day, we was in the back of that room? Good to see you out. And he just hung out, and they played his music. And let me tell you something. I don't care what nobody say. That boy the biggest star on the planet.
Yeah.
Because when he walked in, all that everything, controversy,
Yeah,
great, whatever
right.
it is. And I've been knowing it. Listen,
Out the window.
even recently,
Yeah.
oh, he don't mind me telling this. When everybody was asking for his head, saying he said something about slavery, whatever it was, and certain entities, and be careful of this, the perception machines that want to make the perception bad,
Right.
called me and said, oh, I know you have something disparaging to say about this. I said, that's my friend. Me and that guy did something nobody can take from us. We did slow jams. We did a song where I went in the studio. Breon took me in there. He was working on this song called Gold Digger.
That's right.
And he said, get in the booth. And I came up with, she take my money when I'm in need. Yes, she's a trifling friend indeed. Oh, she's a gold digger. Way over there. You can't take that from me.
Nah, nothing, right?
You can't take that. That's my friend. And when I told him, I say, bro, you always walked off the planet. You was always on Mars. You never been here. I remember talking in front of Charlie Mack. Shout out to Philly, Charlie Mack. We've sitting in New Orleans and Kanye started talking. You know, you gotta be ready for the ride. So he's like, yo, you know, cause on Mars, he was going. I said, yeah, okay. And then Charlie Mack was like, yo, come on, yay, we on Earth. We on Earth. And I said, hold on, man. And Charlie Mack walked off. And I was like, man, go on about Mars, man. I want to hear it because every time you do your music, no matter what, you take it somewhere. So, you know, man, the stories could go, you know, on forever. But it's just, you know, it's a great time to be able to have artistic friends,
yes.
and then we will, you know, we come together, man, and we could sort of maybe broaden it a little bit.
We
you know
should,
what I'm
man.
Blow
I
it
got,
up.
I got a lot of motivation moving forward to break some young artists.
Man.
Shout to Jay Young, Sayla's in the building.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to Dave for a minute, Dave O. Talk to me about the word relationship, man. Because when I see you, I think relationship, man. I see you're at a baseball game with MGK.
Yeah.
Last night you're breaking up a little scuffle.
Oh!
Tiana Taylor, you're on World Star Hip Hop.
Oh!
I mean, bro, it's
World
like,
Star.
but you're always at the spot. And you're the man that's trusted every time. What is it about the word relationships to you, man, that means so much?
I think for me, somewhere along the line, my life and my motivation became about relationships and about connecting. I'm not driven by money. I'm driven by connection. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing.
Right.
I got a great life. You know, I got cars, motorcycles. I live in a great house. But there could always be more.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have more relationships than money. And that's just a product of where I came from, a product of my family. And then, you know, being around people like Jamie, like I can't express what an incredible human he is, what a great person he is, what an amazing father he is.
Right.
And like I said, I mean, I think the cool thing with us is the most fun we have, we love going out. And we love being around that energy and everything. But I think the most fun we have is going out, doing stuff with his daughter and his niece and his nephew.
Right.
They're like 12 years old, 10 years old, going to Dave and Buster's, going to Disneyland. That's when we have fun.
But
You know what
also,
I mean?
and we're a little, we let them hang too.
Right.
Like they'll be at the big party and there's Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Or Kyrie came over and took all of the kids out on the basketball
Kyrie was
court.
like a nanny. He was like Mary Poppins.
It was like 12 midnight. He says, why ain't y'all in bed? He said, listen, we're going to play one-on-one. If I win, y'all go to bed. So these moments, and what's good about the kids is that they understand what a privilege it is to be able to rub up against these guys.
Right.
When my little one was small and Drake would, you know, carry around and she said, Drake, my boyfriend. You know, and now when Drake sees her grow up, or when you talk about Chris Brown and all of the sort of the controversy that follows, because it's hard in the world of perception to be a rock star. So it's always some sort of cloud. And I've had my conversations with Chris Brown that are private about every every single aspect of his life.
I always respected how you treated that friendship, man. You always remained a good friend. I know I watched his documentary. I know you were in there, and you were one of the first to come. When it got so dark, you were there to bring the light, man.
And I was upset with him too. I didn't let him off the hook.
Hard love, right?
I said, hey, you can't come to the house right now because I want you to figure you out.
Fair.
And then people was telling me, you know how the negative, oh, he don't like you no more. You ain't this and that. I said, okay, all right. As someone is telling me that he don't fuck with me, and who is it at the gate? CB.
Oh shit.
And he pulls up, and we go talk. I say, hey, I'm your big brother. I'm your father if I need to be. And so people don't know how dark it was. And no one was giving him any type of real advice because if you think about it, Chris Brown, when he walks in, just aesthetically, if your girl, it's tough. Your girl with you ever see a balloon when you was a kid that was tied to a string?
Yeah.
And it get away from you? That's your girl can.
So quick, huh?
Your girl be like,
Chris Brown walked in.
Chris Brown walked in.
Oh, it's over.
So I was explaining to him the
And he can hoop.
the perception
Everything.
guys that are saying I'm here to help you, but secretly they're recording you.
Right.
And I said, and so be careful of that. So anyway, that being said, I can't think of a time when Chris didn't come by the house unsolicited. My sister who has Down syndrome, Deandra, who's now the spokesperson for Down syndrome for the past 10 years, he would come over for the past 10 years and say, sis, I just feel like dancing. And they would just dance in the middle of the floor. Just so he get his, I mean, you can't, in a world of plastic, somewhere, it's those beautiful moments that like we try to keep, putting our hand. And not just a few days ago, he's dancing, showing his album, leaned over to sis, said, I love you. She said, I love you back. Do you know what that feel like? To have Down syndrome, right? and people saying, whatever about you, but yet Chris Brown, and she doing her thing, she ain't no wilted flower. So it's beautiful moments in our business, and we try to keep it fertile.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Jay, let's talk about the project that's out right now.
Yes,
right? How many
sir.
songs are on the project? What's the name of
It's
the project?
the project name is Now or Never.
Okay.
So and that was very important that we named it that because I really feel like the time is now. The hustle that he brought up earlier, like I got that hunger, I got that hustle. I don't care. He could be in China. I'll fly out there. I'm ready to work. Like, you know what I mean?
Got it, right?
Yeah. So we were
Grind.
always ready to go. So it was Now or Never. It was very imperative to really just go hard on this project. So 16 songs on it.
Yes.
And when I tell you this body of work is so. It's like complete. Like you got the club songs, you got the female records, but then you got me talking reality. You got me talking about how I was raised.
People gonna get to know you very well.
You get to know. You have songs that you get to know me in different situations. You have like the song "Savage," which we're gonna premiere after this.
That's right.
That's talking to all the females and it's going in. From a it's like female empowerment at the same time, but it's still turned up.
Right.
Then you got songs like "What If," where I'm the opposite. I'm talking about a relationship where I'm cheating. You know what I mean? Like, what if I tell you I love you, but I'ma still cheat?
Yes.
That I don't want my ex back, but I still speak. That I don't like expressing feelings because that feel weak, even though the feelings that I have for you are still deep. Don't want to commit, but I don't want you with no one else. I'm selfish. I gotta have your love for, for myself. You know what I mean? So just talking about
Spit.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that at the
Spoken
same
word.
time. And then like Now or Never, and it's just so many. Then we got, could we curse on this one?
Yeah, you can.
We got Rich Shit.
I like
So
that
then-
record.
yeah, so
I like
we
that
got
record.
Rich
Hey,
Shit.
it's a hot
Hey,
record.
Rich Shit went nuts.
Yeah,
Rich
Rich
Shit?
Shit's a tough
Yo,
record.
Rich
Yeah.
Shit went hard that night.
Woo, yeah.
Right?
Oh,
man,
it was hard.
every-
That's
That's
tough
crazy.
stuff, right?
Rich
Because
Shit.
y'all
It was
niggas,
a
the niggas
vibe.
was like, yo, that's us. Like,
Right.
I heard the Savage, this girl is going
Right,
crazy.
right.
You played that Rich, everybody was holding their chain, even they didn't have chains. Niggas just, yo, it make you feel some kind of way.
Right. It's a tough record, man. Good
Wow.
joint.
And it got and it got a crazy West Coast feel to it
Yes,
too.
yes,
So
man.
and then fuck it up, Blue Hundreds.
Like that record too.
That
Another one.
that energy on that one. So man, the album is crazy. It's executively produced by Jamie
Jamie
Foxx.
on it, executive production.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yo.
come on now.
We're gonna play some tracks off of it in a minute.
Can't
man.
wait.
Jamie, you gotta do you have a comedic Mount Rushmore? Could you
Oh
put that
my
together?
God.
Could you put that
Oh,
together?
yeah, it's tough.
I know it is.
It's tough.
I like
How
you-
many's on Mount Rushmore?
It's 4. It's
That's
4.
a great question.
Mount Rushmore. Richard Pryor,
Gotta do that one.
Eddie Murphy,
Yes, sir.
George Carlin. It's gonna trip you out.
Talk to me. It's number 4.
Live at the Met. You're too young to know who this is. Live at the Met. If you were to watch her right now, you couldn't understand because she's on The View right now. But she did a show called Live at the Met.
Okay.
The most incredible stand-up comedy routine you've ever seen. Her name was Whoopi Goldberg. And for the real comic,
we can clap
the
for
real
that.
comic heads out there, they know what I'm saying.
They know.
1986, 87, whenever it was, she did Live at the Met, and she stood because it was a male-dominated
Right.
crap,
Yeah.
bro.
Held her own. Rock
Oh,
that shit.
beyond, so that's my Mount Rushmore, but and always to the young princes and the young guys like
Kevin and the
Kevin,
squad, right?
of course, Kevin, the
DL
other
and-
Kevin, DL, and some of the under Sadie said,
Yes.
Sad.
Some of the kings, right?
Epps, Bernie, I mean, just Red Fox,
Yeah.
of course, but I'm just talking about like modern day, like Chris Tucker when let me tell you something. Chris Tucker had 18 minutes. Nobody.
Really?
And then some of my underground kings like Earthquake, some of my underground kings, T.K. Kirkland. Who them underground kings?
Yeah.
Who them underground
Kirkland's
kings?
a big
There was some girls I remember on that circuit too.
Oh,
that was-
Lunel,
Lunel, yeah.
Monique.
Monique,
Yep.
of course. Monique.
The girls, Monique, Lunel. And we just shot something with Lunel that we
That's
taking out right
amazing.
now. It's called Reap What You Tow.
Okay. Reap
And-
what you told?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's,
Reap What
she's
You-
it's a repo business. She's basically like the female version of Fred G. Sanford. Only she carry a gun when she going to get the cars. And then Monique, yes, baby, yes.
So many greats, right?
So many grace. And then I'm trying to think. I know it's something that I'm just. Oh, God bless him.
Yeah.
Ricky Harris, who's not here with us. T.J. McGee, who's not here with us. Robin Harris, who's not with us. Franklin Ajay. You guys ain't gonna know these guys. Steve Allen. You're not gonna know who that is. David Brenner.
David Brenner.
Jay Leno. People don't know about
Jay
that.
Leno's
Arsenio
strong,
Hall. They don't
yeah.
know about Arsenio.
Arsenio. Yeah.
But I'm talking about
yeah.
Arsenio opening up back in the day for the OJ. I mean, David Letterman,
man.
Don Rickles, a young, fiery Ellen DeGeneres, a young, fiery Roseanne Barr.
Roseanne.
Yo, Roseanne Barr, strong.
Tim.
No, Wright. What's his name? Wright. Wright. He has the hair. Gee, Jeffrey Wright? No, not Jeffrey
no,
Wright.
not Jeffrey Wright. That's an
Stephen
actor.
Wright. No.
No.
Anyway, he had this sort of like quiet comedy where he said, he'd be like, today I was, no, that wasn't me. What's my man, Craig
Craig, I want to say,
with the afro?
yeah.
Craig.
Oh, yeah.
Craig
He's
Rob. Yeah.
fire.
Yep.
And then you talk about like
Yep.
Okay, hold on. While I got you there, how about female MCs? Rap. That's a big topic right now in rap music.
About the female
The
MCs.
female MCs. There's so many on fire right now. It's definitely the hot girl summer.
incredible.
Who are some of your favorite female MCs?
It's crazy. If I go old school, of course, you're too young, maybe. But MC Light, Queen Latifah,
Foxy.
Little Kim,
Yeah.
Kim,
Little Kim's
when Little Kim before she went to jail, we did a party for her, where we played her songs like, bro, we played All About the Benjamins 100 times.
Okay.
In Miami, in a small apartment. Dave Brown testify.
Word.
Small apartment. Eddie Murray, everybody crowded it because we knew we was gonna miss it for a minute. Foxy. Damn. Eve.
Yeah, of course. Eve.
Oh, let them know about.
We had
Hold
a
up.
4th of
Yeah,
July
go
moment
ahead.
with
Let them know.
Eve.
Recently,
It was
right?
your
Malibu. Malibu.
No, they made history.
They
made history.
Murdered it.
It's another spot you were at right away.
Scott-
I seen
with
you.
Scott-
I said, there's
with
Dave,
Scott
there's
Storch.
Scott.
With Scott Storch.
Scott's playing the kids.
Playing it live.
What's that like?
Jamie's hosting
Oh, it
it.
was amazing.
Yo,
Listen,
Murdered it.
let me paint the picture. Scott Storch, my man Chuck, who's my manager, says, "Yo, Scott's about to go on. He does this really cool pool party in an undisclosed place in Malibu." So Scott Storch gets on the piano with all. Come on now, we in
4th of
Malibu.
July.
It can't get any more
This is fly.
Malibu.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This could go wrong. So they called me. Make sure it don't go wrong, Fox. I said, let me make you understand right now. I said, let me make you understand. This is real music. There is no filter on this. You can't put a filter on what's about to happen. And he started playing clunk, 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 clunk. He started playing on piano all of the hits. And bro, people went crazy because some of the younger didn't know.
They didn't know
They
it
were
was
like,
Eve.
it was, yeah. And then Eve is out there.
special. Yeah.
Eve is
Crazy,
in the
right?
crowd.
Yeah, Eve is out
With
in
her mom in the crowd.
Eve is with her mom. I said, yo, we got Eve out there. She said, don't do this. I said, you got to. You North Philly. How you going to act? 215.
Right.
You can't turn this down.
Yeah, baby.
She came up. She said, y'all stupid for this. Boom! She went into it.
Wow, went straight
Yo,
into it. Straight
yo, we
into
jumped
it.
up in the
Straight
air.
into it.
We was in the cloud. I
It
said,
was
where we
amazing.
at? We in the cloud?
Yeah.
It
Beautiful.
was amazing. So Eve. And then when you talk about
Some of the new ones.
the
you,
new
you got
ones.
Cardi, you got Megan Thee Stallion.
You like Megan Thee Stallion?
Yep,
I just told
Hey,
you.
right?
Let's
Yeah.
throw this in, speak this to existence too, because we was talking about potentially putting her on rich shit.
Yeah.
Collaborations, yes,
Throwing
and-
her on there.
Put
And,
that
Yeah.
in the universe.
And,
Yeah.
Megan and Cardi, who's obviously, I mean, think about.
Killing the game.
I know where Cardi came from.
I love that.
I
About,
know that strip club where she came from.
Right.
That strip club it's one of the most harshest place to even
Environments,
try to
yeah.
survive.
Right. She been through the mud, man.
Sin
She been
City?
through it.
Yeah.
She really
Yeah.
came
Listen,
up.
people don't understand. Like, yo, that's where, like, when you go, first of all, that's where you break all your records.
Right.
You go to this strip club.
This is New York, right?
Yeah.
New York,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Bronx. Bro, it's Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
Rough in there though, right? It's not.
it
it's
ain't
not
no playtime.
Right.
That's why when you see her, you know why she happy?
Yeah, she knows.
She really got out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made it
Yeah.
out.
Really got out. That being said, absolutely incredible. I gotta say this though. Talk about female MCs, and I tell you this all the time. You know, I'm a little bit outside of the youthfulness of hip hop, so I watch it and I paint every stroke with a positive brush. I don't buy into the who's now, who's this, who's that, because everybody gonna get their chance and
Yeah.
they do with it what they do with it. But I saw a young lady named Nicki Minaj at the Staples Center. And I'm a huge Lil Wayne fan. And my daughter took me, she surprised me, we going to see Lil Wayne. I said, what?
Yeah.
And as I'm waiting for Lil Wayne to come out, I see somebody come out the Cloak and Dagger and somebody do this and popped on the stage and just stood there. And it was Nicki Minaj. The place went crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
She said, rah, rah, like a dungeon dragon, rah. And bro, she lifted the roof off the place and I forgot who I came to see. And
That's a superstar right there.
but because what happens is like, listen, you know, like I will be forever a champion of all artists. So sometimes they try to make you split and try to say, oh, this ain't that. And that. No, man, I seen him.
Yeah.
I seen Cardi kill on the Grammys, which is amazing.
Beautiful.
I seen Nicki kill in the Staples Center, which is amazing. I tell you about Megan Thee Stallion. To watch these girls come up and take a male-dominated sport,
Right.
Missy.
Yeah.
and make
similar,
it hot,
similar
and
to how we talked about comedy.
Yeah, and Missy
Elliott.
Elliott. Phew. Man, you ain't never.
The best, huh? Hee ha, hee
Yeah.
ha.
So
Producing
shout
and
out to
everything.
all the women
Yeah,
and
man.
but yeah, there's some stuff out.
Love having y'all up here, man.
Thank
I
goodness,
want to
it's
talk
crazy.
just a
Thank
few
you.
more minutes of your time.
Yeah.
Davo, talk to me about what's going on with the sunglasses
Yeah.
and the glasses that you guys have put together.
So
here.
we created a sunglass line called Privé Revaux.
Okay.
The idea behind it was to create a designer sunglass line that people could actually afford,
Right.
where we weren't gouging people.
Okay.
It was something it was a concept that Jamie came up with. We brought in some incredible other celebrity partners, Ashley Benson, Haley Seinfeld, and we're blowing it up. We brought you a couple here.
Oh, that's so nice. of you, man.
I didn't know there were going to be a dozen of you here. So
But we'll get you laced up. I mean,
That's
you
so
guys
nice of you guys. Thank you.
you know, Jay likes to say they're flying affordable.
Flying affordable,
Purveyor
my
Revel.
style.
We don't have a sunglass that's over $30. They're $29.95.
Where can people get them?
Everywhere.
'Kay.
Amazon, on our website, Nordstrom, American Eagle Outfitter, DSW Shoe
nice.
Warehouse.
These are
We got them
nice.
everywhere.
I'm wearing
And
these.
again, we wanted to create something that people could
ASAP.
actually afford.
ASAP, yeah.
So for our fans, for Jamie's fans, for Ashley's fans, for Haley's, for them to be able to talk about something that their fans can actually buy.
Right.
It's not like their fans are saying, "Yo, mom, can I buy a $500 pair
The
of glasses?"
Louis
Right,
or the,
right.
you know,
The parents are
Gucci
coming up like
joint.
hugging us.
Right, thank
you so much.
Thank you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
you know how it happened? I put on some shades. I took a picture because they said I had to do an Instagram post. So I take the picture and people was on my comments like, yo, those the Gucci's, the Ferragamos, and they were glasses that I got out of a gas station. So I hit Dave. I said, Dave, why don't we do an affordable sunglass line? We'll pick all the frames though.
Yeah.
So when we give it to our celebrity friends or our family, they don't feel like we cheaped or that we spared any expense. So we do it, we launch it, we were selling 250,000 pairs of shades a day.
250,000?
Yeah. And so what happened
Wow.
is that, you know, like say someone like, and I don't want to endorse anything. I don't ever want to say like it's an endorsement. So I won't say the person who wears it because I don't want them to think that I'm, but let's just say J Mo.
Okay.
And she's fly.
she's fly.
Yeah.
She's a fly girl.
She might have been a girl that was
She's
just
fly.
like a date.
But here's the situation.
Okay.
She began to wear the glasses because the idea is that if she's dancing on stage, she got on the Louis, say they come off. That's $2,500. You do that 10 times, that's 20 grand.
Come on.
With hours.
Come on.
And so next thing you know, J Mo, George, Hooney. I don't want to endorse anything.
No.
I just don't want to, I don't want to be fly like that.
Tara Delevingne,
Tara
Iggy Hadid.
Iggy Hadid.
Yes.
Iggy Mazzalia.
Okay.
Various people that look to be celebrities.
Right.
Oh, wearing the glasses there. That's all I'm saying. But it's a great feeling, and like I said, man, it's just another opportunity for us to do something special with each other, and just sort of keep the ball rolling, man, and keep having fun.
These are amazing
And then shout out
glasses.
to my man Lamont, who's here. When you come on, Lamont, so people can see who you are.
Say what up
Lamont.
to the people. Lamont, my guys. in
What
here.
up? What up?
So Lamont, we have a Privé van.
Okay.
That Lamont, a Sprinter van that Lamont mans. He runs the whole thing. It has our glasses. When you see the Privé van, give him some love. This Saturday, Black Rodeo.
Okay.
We'll be at the Black Rodeo. A lot of y'all don't know there's a Black Rodeo.
did not
It's
know.
a Black Rodeo. City of Industry.
Okay.
We'll be there. Bill Pickett Rodeo. He's a black cowboy. Let me give you the history of this.
For real.
He's a black cowboy from Illinois, South Side of Chicago, but he has a ranch in Kankakee. There's a little movie called Django. I had to audition for that movie.
Little movie called Django.
I had to audition with Quentin
Amazing
Tarantino. I had to audition for that movie. While I was auditioning, I knew Will Smith. I knew all these people
They
were
were
up
up
for
for
it.
it, right?
Yeah, and I was like, if Will Smith do this movie, he won't be able to walk on the planet.
I think you told Will to take them.
No, I didn't necessarily tell him, but I was like, I thought he would. And then I ran into Idris Elba. He said, this is Quentin Tarantino movie. That's out there, something like Django. What do you think? I said, if your good-looking black ass do Django, it's over. Imagine you ride up on a horse with your shirt off. Motherfucker, it's game over. Do that shit. So I was respectful to everybody, but when I got my shot, I went up in that bitch. I went up in that
Back
bitch.
into that
I
movie.
told Quentin Tarantino, I said, hey man, I even had the lines learned when I walked in. I had the whole speech.
I heard about this.
And then at the end of it, I said, and not only that, I got my own horse. He says, what? You got your own horse? What the fuck is that? You have your own horse? Who has their own fucking horse? I said, I got my own horse. My homie,
He let you
Lamont.
ride a horse?
No, he bought it for me
Bought
for my
you the horse.
birthday.
Wow.
Because God bless,
God bless.
I ended up getting a place, 40 acres. And he came through, he said, you need your mule. And he blessed that with me. So he gives that to me out of his own heart.
Wow.
And then I take that and pass it on. And I said, Quentin, I got my own horse. I understand the material. I come from Texas. I come from the South. I understand what some of these words in this language is, but I've always been an inspiration. I said, my horse, we did some research. My horse looked just like your stunt horse. All we got to do is paint the shoes when we start. And that's how we got on. So when you see Lamont out, is
Shout my
special.
man Lamont out.
It's
Yeah.
special
Lamont.
because
My man.
because we went through some stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't mind me
Some
saying?
real talk,
We went
man.
through some stuff.
Some
We
true
went through
stories,
some
though.
stuff, but we went through some
people need
stuff.
to hear this.
Yeah,
People
but
need
me
to
and
hear
him,
this.
me and him knowing each other for over 20-something years, man. We met. I met him. He was hanging out with Cedric the Entertainer, and I said, man, you got the greatest energy. 25 years ago, and he said, I said, you ever been to L.A.? Yeah, I've been with Ced. I said, you ain't never been to L.A. with me though.
Yeah.
Come to L.A. and tell him what happened.
I came here to visit for 2 weeks, and that was 23 years ago.
Yeah, he left. Yeah, he left, right?
Ain't left.
Ain't left. And now the thing is, he had a situation where he had to go to mandatory college, and a lot of people don't know what that is. But where you go, you're gonna get an education in this place.
Right.
So he had to go to mandatory college.
I know where that's at.
I've never visited anybody. You know what that means?
Yeah.
I'm thinking I do, but I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
Right.
Okay, well, he had to go away.
Yeah.
I've never visited anybody because I said I don't never want to see nobody behind
In mandatory
anything.
college.
Yeah, mandatory college. Even my father, who had went, I wrote him one letter. I said, you get out and you cool, you come live with me. That was 20 years ago. He came to live with me. So he lives with me, but I couldn't see him. I went and saw him.
Wow.
And I said, hey, it's a different energy. And he couldn't believe, because when you in mandatory college and you may say, Jamie Foxx, my friend.
They don't believe you.
They don't believe you.
Right.
Then
they
I
damn
come
sure
up-
ain't
then I-
coming
Then I come
to
up
see
in there
you.
like, what's up?
So I'm here. Real
But
friendship.
that's real special. So
Real
it's like
friendship.
amongst the plastic, you have moments and friendships that you can say like, man, it's been 20, we just blinked our eyes, it's been 25 years. So we have some moments, man, and then look out for him. While he was in mandatory college, he wrote something amazing called Shadow Hills. And it's a fictional cowboy story about, what's the name of the main character?
Hesse.
Huh?
Hesse.
Hesse. About this cowboy named Hesse who has sort of like these mystical powers that he got from the Indians back in the day, and they take over Shadow Hills, and there's something special about Shadow Hills, and they looking to do that. So, stick by your friends, your real friends, not the ones that sit there and act like they're your friends,
Right.
and can't wait for you.
Secretly ain't happy for you.
Remember
right?
Gladiator?
Yes.
When he
Yes.
said, yes, my brother, and he stuck him with the little knife. Yeah, some people stick you with that.
That's how he is. That's the energy that he brings to the table,
right.
and what he is. The
type
type
of person
of guy
he
he
is.
has.
Yeah.
I was in the hospital last year for a second.
He was getting his
came.
getting his tubes tied?
You said I was transitioning.
I thought he was transitioning.
Not
I don't know
true.
what was going on. I thought he was trying to.
But
I thought he was trying to be fluid.
He came to visit me. I wake up the next day. I wake up and there's 9 nurses staring at me, and they're like, "Is anybody coming to visit you today?" And I was like, "Oh man!" Like they completely took care of me after that,
right.
Because he came to visit me and everything. So
But
that's the
let
type
me,
of
let me
guy
ask
he
you
is.
this. In LA, sometimes when you live in a place, and we just talked about this, I lived in LA for like years, never knew my neighbors. But I'm Texas, so I'd be like,
Yeah,
nobody would ever speak to me. Like, nobody speaks to me. So now where I live, I do know my neighbors. But when the last time you went to the hospital and somebody came to see you? Because LA, you go to the hospital out here? Oh, you in the hospital? Oh, well.
Hit me when you get back.
Hit me when you get out. Yeah.
Right.
Good luck with that blood transfusion. You know what I'm saying? Good luck with that valve.
Yeah.
Yo, LA could be. So we went and saw him, and I ain't gonna bullshit. He was happy as a motherfucker.
I bet he seen you pull
Good
up.
to see you guys. Why you leaving? But we got a great crew, man, and we turn that energy over to them, and we
And I even want to speak on even on Fox, right? When he told you about the whole auditioning for the Tupac
Yes.
role, and I came out here, I stayed at his house.
Wow, he let you stay at the
He let me
crib
stay
and-
at his house.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's
Which
come
is
on,
big
this
for an
is
artist
Jamie.
because it's like, number one, you get, of course, the inspiration.
Not
and
even an
motivation.
artist. It's just big in general. This wasn't even
person.
nothing to do with music.
Got
This
you.
was on the acting side of things, right?
you.
And just in general,
Yeah.
you got family that won't let you stay at their house.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
So for him to open his doors and to let that happen, that just speaks to what type of man this is. You know what I mean?
That's why we will be running for office in the future.
Yeah, can we see that?
Jamie Foxx for president.
2024.
Fox Ossico ticket.
Right? Jamie Foxx.
we gonna make it hot.
You got my vote, baby.
We're gonna do all the wrong
We're
shit.
putting our hat in the ring.
Wrong.
Our hat is
all
in
the
the ring.
wrong shit. We're gonna say fuck the candidate, vote Democrat. We ain't even gonna put our names down there. We ain't gonna put the name down, nigga. But we coming up in this motherfucker. We gonna get it popping. And get back to some good feeling.
Yeah, you just step up to that podium like, hey, it's Fox,
Hey,
baby.
it's Fox.
Fox.
My man, secretary of the after party.
Yes.
Just
that's
incredible.
Yeah, I would be DJing the
You know
joint.
what I'm
Like,
saying?
Just incredible.
Jamie, before you bounce, I got to put you on just in time real fast. All right, I'm going to ask you as many questions as I can in 90 seconds.
For sure.
See how many you can answer,
sure.
all right?
Sure.
Be nice. We got the clock ready to go?
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx,
Yeah.
what's your favorite food?
Sonic Burger.
Best gift you ever got?
10-speed bike when I was 10 years old.
Name 3 people that can get you on the phone at any time, Jamie.
My mother and my daughter's mothers.
Fair.
30. Yeah.
Would you rather bring back In Living Color or the Jamie Foxx Show?
In living color.
Who would play a movie about your life? Who would play you in that
Oh
movie?
man, Michael B. Jordan, of course. I mean, just aesthetically.
My man.
Just,
I see that.
it's so uncanny.
Yeah, the similarities.
So much. The similarities are great.
All right, so LeBron and AD or Kawhi and PG?
LeBron and LeBron. LeBron and AD.
Dark or clear liquor?
Dark.
What's the last thing you blamed on alcohol, Jamie Foxx?
Shit. What's the last time when I slapped the shit out of a motherfucker?
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you gotta know.
If you had to trade lives with anyone, who would it be?
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
Like, no, if I was Jesus, imagine me being Jesus. So, like, I could turn this whole motherfucker into wine.
Yeah.
Jamie Jesus.
Could you imagine? I would be so irresponsible. God would be like, come on up here. Come on.
Jamie Foxx, favorite movie?
Favorite movie, New Jack City.
Favorite rapper of all time?
Ice Cube.
Favorite hip hop album?
Straight Outta Compton.
Finish this sentence. I hate it when.
When I can't get my live Instagram to work and the sound to work. That's when you know you're getting old and shit. Somebody hit the button and had this shit.
Everyone's texting us.
Everybody's
sound
texting
ain't
me.
working.
They can't hear
Fuck.
that. They can't hear the
Oh,
team.
it's not
Brilliant
working.
shit.
And Jamie Foxx, best advice you ever got?
Best advice I ever got is to not blow it. Blow a special moment. And
enjoy
that was from Oprah Winfrey when we were but we were up for the Oscar, but we were still hanging out, partying a little too much. And she slowed me down and she says, listen, I want you to understand what this moment is for all the people that look like you. I want to take you somewhere. And she took me to Quincy Jones's house. Wow. Quincy opens the door. Hey, man, shit, come on in, man. You did a great job, man. You were a son of a bitch when you did that, man, with Ray Charles. But don't blow this shit, baby. You're out there partying, man. Come on in, man. And so it was all of these black actors that I seen growing up. Some of them looked like they just put a suit on, hadn't put on a nice clothes in a long time, and shook my hand and said, we rooting for you. And then Oprah puts her hands on my shoulders and says, now, do you want to meet the person who's going to put you in the right atmosphere? I said, yeah. He's standing right over there. And it was Sidney Poitier. And she took me over to Sidney Poitier and me in tears. And he says, I saw you one time. You were at a party. Do you remember that? I was like, yeah. He said, your performance made me grow 2 inches. I want you to understand how important it is from this day on. He says, I give you responsibility. You're responsible for your artistic, legacy in a sense. And so she started the ball rolling of a long list of people with great advice.
Amazing.
There it is.
And here we are today.
Here we are.
Dave-O, thank you.
You're welcome, brother.
Jay Young,
It's
thank
great
you,
to be
brother.
here.
Man, no. Thank you guys. Thank you, Jamie Foxx. Thank you, Dave-O.
You're welcome, buddy.
Dave Brown.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all. Definitely
pleasure.
thank y'all from the bottom of my heart,
Somebody
man.
can find me, man.
You can find me everywhere, J Young MDK. That's JYOUNG. M is a million, D is in dollar, K is in kid. At J Young MDK. Hey, I'm single, ladies. Y'all. Hey. Nah, but yeah, holla at me. And while I'm on Jamie Live, because he lit, any celebrities, y'all want to do some music or whatever,
right.
y'all holla at me, man. I got 16 for you. I'll write something for you. If we can hear you. Okay, we can hear you. I'm ready. We ready to go in.
I'm on everything at Selavave, SELAVAVE.
And I got to give a shout out to my guys, my other young heads. At Marcus Anthony, another young, he's not here today,
Gotta
but
meet him.
at Marcus Anthony, we bringing him. and at Lonnie Be Real.
Yeah.
Lonnie Burrell.
Lonnie been putting in a lot of work.
Yeah,
It's
man.
Extremely
Lonnie
talented.
wrote all the big songs on my album, and Marcus Anthony will all go out. So, just incredible, man. Thank you. This has been just
Incredible.
Means the most to me. I will never forget this moment. Thank you guys so much.
you.
Check us out. We
Thank
listen
you
to
so
Savage
much.
or what?
Right. Power 106. Let's get it.
Let's go.